It is October 12th, 3:51. It is a Sunday, and we are with having a special edition of our live stream because of the things
Because
that
I
are
just bought
happening in the
a
crypto
Mustang
market.
Boss 351 Mach 1. That's what 51 is, right? The cubic inches of my V8.
Yeah, I think that's true.
No, it's 351 PM. I don't have a Mustang.
Oh, damn. I got excited. I was like, "Whoa, dude, I thought you were all into the electric cars, but hey, man, I want to ride." How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
I'm a little disappointed in myself, and we'll go into why.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the market, you can't tell by looking at the monthly chart here that we've got up in USD terms,
I
but
can't see it.
oh, that's right. But the market has been a shambles, and
Well, let's look at the shambles. Let's look at the Binance USD chart.
this is Bitstamp. You want to look at Binance USD?
Yeah, yeah. No, we have it. We have it dialed up.
No, we've got the BTC USD Gold.
Okay, yeah. Open it up. Open it up then.
I'm trying to, but you know my trading view, how finicky it can be.
Okay.
This is Bitstamp still.
Yeah, keep that one. Keep that one there. Just open up a new tab for the if it's possible.
Well, it is possible. It just
I'm sorry. I thought you already had one dialed up.
actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go tradingview.com, and that should bring us to this.
Do
And
BTC USDT.
okay.
Yeah, you have it there. You have it there. Is there says tether in the middle?
Oh, where? Right.
Down, 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 down. Yeah. Yep.
Futures USD. There's no
Binance.
tether. That's Binance, but that's US dollar, not USDT.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It might be the same. Yeah,
there.
yeah, just do that one just in case.
Okay.
Perfect. That's a scary wick there, bro.
Yeah. Now you can see the fear in the market.
Yeah.
Because that, yeah, this chart. Oh,
Yep.
this is a different one that I was looking at, but it
No, that's
switched.
a bit daily right there.
Yeah, I was on the monthly, so.
No, no, keep it on daily. Keep it
No,
on
I
daily.
know. I'm just saying, from here, it doesn't look scary at all.
Right, from the monthly view.
Yeah, which my point is, when in doubt, zoom out. This doesn't look scary in the slightest.
Go to the Binance one, the Tether Binance monthly.
Tether Binance
Yeah,
monthly.
yeah. Also not scary.
Right? Not scary at all.
Okay, so but we're let's keep it on the daily for so we're talking about Binance. So Binance had a flash crash Friday, Saturday because Trump tariffs and yeah, the Binance perp traders, the leverage longs got flushed to the tune of at least $9 billion, which other crashes like the FTX crash and another one were the other two largest crashes in crypto in dollar denominated terms for the amount of dollars lost by leveraged traders in liquidations was $9 billion. Yesterday and Friday, it was $1.5 billion in FTX crash and $1 billion in the next biggest crash before that. So this was 10 times bigger. This is a 10 times bigger liquidation of leverage traders.
You know what's funny about that to me?
What?
It doesn't really feel like it is as big of a deal as it was when it happened to FTX.
Well, because we're not leverage traders, so we didn't experience liquidation.
Hmm.
And the FTX was a spot move down, whereas this there was a wick on the spot move on Binance because Binance was overloaded. People couldn't, for whatever reason, people had a hard time placing their orders when the action was happening. And we can speculate on why that is. CZ was needed a new Ferrari, or Binance just doesn't have enough servers to handle the demand of millions of users all clicking buttons at the same time.
Which
Could
that
be any,
seems
right. Could be any number of reasons. But for whatever reason, Binance had a flash crash and other exchanges did not. That's the thing. And so the chart looks different. You can just compare the Bitstamp and the Binance. The chart looks way different. There's a huge wick on the Binance chart that the Bitstamp chart does not have on the daily. It's yeah, and you can't see it at all in the monthly anyway, which should be my first clue that it wasn't a big deal. Um, right. So there's no downward wick there. Now go to see if you can mouse over like Wednesday on there. So I got lucky, Jack, and I sold a lot of crypto on Wednesday
Well,
because it looked like a local top to me, and I was right. I was right. It was a local top. I sold all my Ethereum, I sold all my Solana, and I sold another 25% of my Bitcoin that I have left. That I've been selling Bitcoin. Um, as we've kind of been toppy the last few months because I'm preparing for alt season. Is why I'm selling that Bitcoin. It's because I'm preparing for alt season, and my alts are Ethereum and Solana. Okay, and so I had sold, and I got scared because well, I got scared because I knew it was at least a local top, and the top is also a local top. We just don't know which local top is going to be the top. So I'm jumpy. I have I have I lived through the whole previous bear market, and I don't want to do that again. So I'm scared. Every local top that I notice, I'm like, oh, this could be the top. And so I got lucky. I got out. But then go back to the Binance chart. So but then I got scared to buy that dip. So I got out on Wednesday. But then yesterday, Saturday, that wick, the wick's going down. I didn't buy that. I should have bought that dip, but I didn't. I was scared because it looked like the structure was breaking down. Um, and but I did buy back today. I see that green candle today. This morning, I bought back in. I bought my Ethereum and Solana back in, and I have more Ethereum and Solana now than I did before because I sold the top of that local top there, and I bought back halfway up this green candle. But I could have had way more. I could have had double gains by buying the bottom of that wick instead, or at least the bottom of the green candle. Um, I don't have a Binance account, so I wouldn't have been able to buy that wick. But even on other exchanges or decentralized exchanges, I went down to 109. I could have bought at 109, but I didn't. Um, bought my alts when Bitcoin was at 109, which means alts were lower too. What was your experience, Jack?
I uh I didn't even notice anything was happening until right around here ish.
You can put on the hourly or 4 hour if you want to zoom in
Mm,
more. It's not necessary, but if you want to.
I mean, yeah, I think yeah, I guess I don't remember exactly where the price was. I just remember that I saw just giant candles of shredding death falling,
Yeah.
off a cliff and I was just like, "Oh my God, the price
So,
is falling like crazy for some reason." And
hmm
I didn't even know why.
You just
I,
got
I
a.
was I was at work. I just went and started throwing all of the extra loose cash that I had into Bitcoin.
Okay, you were buying the dip actually as it was
Yeah.
starting to dip.
Yeah. I knew and I was at work, so I was just like, "Oh, it's probably going to fall. I know it's going to fall further." Like it
You
looked like
didn't
it
have time to
might be
read news or
bottom.
anything.
It looked like it was starting to bottom, so I just was like, I'm just going to throw everything I have in." And then like I think it fell a little further.
But you weren't using Binance.
No, I was come on
So
cracking.
go back to Bitstamp and put that on the 4 hour. It'll probably be this is you were probably looking at a chart like that.
Yeah, and it was like, you know, I think it was probably right in here
Sure.
is probably when I was just like,
Oh, you almost you
like I saw the wick come down and then go way back up, and I was like, oh, I missed the bottom, and then I
okay.
threw it, then I threw my money in, and then of course it fell more.
Yeah, so you bought as the wick was coming back up.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's good. So that's all you did. You just added to your position because you're such a bull,
yeah, pretty much.
which
Because
is smart.
I was like, oh, like my first thought is that it didn't pierce the 50-week SMA. So if until it does, bull market's not over, and we're going back up, even if it's not as high or for very long. Like
Sure. Well,
it's not a bad time to add to my position regardless.
so I was looking for a top. I was way more paranoid than you. So go to that. Go close that little advertisement if you can.
This guy.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't open. Okay, good. So you can see the exact top was about in the middle there. So I didn't sell there. I sold kind of the previous top before that. I sold there, and then I sold right after it when it broke down. Like on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Go to if you slide over the there. I mean, just move your mouse. Just like
Sorry,
that's.
this keeps saying Monday the 6th because we're on the 4 hour.
Oh,
This is Tuesday the 7th.
yeah, yeah. So I sold some there, and then it started coming back. Yeah, so I sold on Tuesday maybe. I don't remember what days, but I was selling throughout the week
Mm-hmm.
because it looked like the top was in right. That little uptrend. I didn't want you to slide it over. Can you slide it back a little bit? Yeah, because there's an uptrend there, right? You see the uptrend,
Mm-hmm.
and then it topped, and then we started a downtrend. And as soon as that uptrend broke, like right there in that big red candle, that's when the uptrend broke. That's when I started to panic. And I was like, oh, is it coming back up? And it came back up a little bit. As you can see, a few candles in the future. It came back up a little bit, but lower high. Bam, right there, lower high. Starts going down. Then I'm panic selling right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm like panic selling everything. I'm like, it's over. Bull run's over. I'm like, this is a local top, probably the top. I'm just selling everything. And then it really dumped right there, right
Mm-hmm.
afterwards. And I'm like, oh, I'm a genius. Like I was already out. Like I'd already sold. I'm like, I nailed it. I nailed the top. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
genius, Jack. I nailed the top of the entire bull run. I'm a genius. No, it turns out I'm not a genius, Jack. Turns out that Binance just screwed up their perpetuals. That's all.
Turns out you're just really smart, even if you're not a genius.
Right, but then I should have realized, okay, that wasn't the top. That was just a Binance snafu. Now I should be buying back in the bottom. But I was looking at Binance charts. You were looking at probably what Coinbase charts.
I don't even know, man. To be honest with you,
But I was
I
looking.
look at
I was
I
looking at Binance
probably I was
charts.
looking at Kraken charts
Right. Okay. Well, Kraken would work too. Kraken would work too. Now
because
go
I
to
was probably just on Kraken at the time because I was
sure,
at
sure.
work.
So you were seeing Kraken charts, which looked like this. This is what the Kraken charts look like. Now go to Binance charts. I was looking at Binance charts. I wasn't trading on Binance. I was trading on chain, but I was looking at Binance charts on TradingView, and I saw that, and I was like, oh shit, because I didn't see the green yet. Slide it over so we can't even see the green.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, right there. Stop right there. So I'm looking at that, and I'm like, okay, so that's a local bottom, right? Because you can see the high volume. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was looking at the Binance charts, because Binance has the volume, and I want to see because normally some TA is if uh, the volume normally peaks on local tops and local bottoms. So this is a local bottom, and the volume peaked on that wick, right? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, okay, good, local bottom. Like that's when I should buy the dip, right? But also, I'm thinking, okay, if this is the cycle top, that means that this is just the first dip of the bear market. And Jack, that looks like a dip in a bear market. If you, I mean, I don't want to look at it on the chart now, but I remember looking at 4 hour charts in 2022, and there was a lot of this happening, where it would wick down like that, and you're like, oh, buy the dip, like bull market back on. But then it would the price, you know how the price, I mean, don't move anything, but you can see how the kind of price in the very last couple candles there are
Mm-hmm.
starting to go down again. Like you got that one green candle, but then it's a lower high and it starts going down again. That happens so many times in 2022, and the price would just trickle down over the next few days or weeks, and then until that candle was filled.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, because I was looking at the Binance chart. Now go back to the Bitstamp chart here. So it has the volume. It has the volume climax on the local bottom. It has that, right? But then it doesn't really. Um, it's already filled in, right? The future candles are already. I mean, not quite, but good enough, right? Good enough. Like I look at that and I'm like, okay, it crashed, and then now it's in equilibrium. Like when I see this chart, I see equilibrium and everything's fine. Like okay, like there's space for a higher low and it'll be fine. But I was looking at the Binance chart, and I was like, oh, if this keeps going down, because that wick went all the way down to 102 or 101, and I'm like, well, if that goes down, that really changes the weekly and monthly charts, and like it just looked bad. So I didn't buy back in. I thought, well, I already sold the top. Why buy back in now? I already sold the top. I'm good. Like I could just sail off into the sunset, wait 12 months and buy in the bear. But then this happened. I woke up this morning, slide
Hmm.
it back. Oh God, what's happening? Like I'm out of the market. I'm in gold. I'm in stable coins, and I'm like, no, no, I didn't sign up to not catch the top. Like I'm a Bitcoin bull. I want to be in Bitcoin. So I FOMO'd back in this morning.
Hmm.
I started seeing those green candles, and I snap bought as fast as I could. Bought all my Ethereum back, bought all my Solana back. Um, I didn't buy any Bitcoin back because let's look at a crazy chart. Bitcoin dominance. Open up a new tab. We should have done this. I forgot. BTC.D. This is the craziest chart because of the Binance wick. I think it uses Binance information. It has to use Binance information because it's such a crazy chart. Just type BTC.D. And this is what Benjamin Cohen's always talking about. So Benjamin Cohen, look at that wick.
Hmm.
Like, and it went up to what, 64%? Put it on like the weekly or the monthly. Yeah, it almost went back to the top. I mean, look at that.
Hmm.
Like that's the top of the Bitcoin dominance is up there. You don't have to erase anything. It's good the way it is. And no, you can put it back where you had it. Put it on the week. Or well, to me that looks like a local top, right? On Bitcoin dominance.
Here.
Yeah, that looks like a local top. It's got high volume. It's got and it's heading down. It's almost fully retraced already. Like that looks like a local top on Bitcoin dominance, which means it's alt season. Like Jack, I honestly like yesterday, I was like the entire bull run is over. Alt season's canceled. I'm in stable coins. I'll see you in 12 months. I was thinking that yesterday. But now I'm like, you know what? It's alt season. It's bull run alt season. It's go time. I think that Bitcoin dominance is going to drop from here. I think that was a local top of whatever hit 63 and a half. I can't tell what that wick is. Yeah, 63 and a half. I think that's a local top for Bitcoin dominance, and I think it's going to go down for the rest of the bull run. It's already two solid red candles in a row for daily candles,
So
and I
you're
think
saying that I should sell the rest of my Bitcoin for Solana?
I'm saying that I'm an Uber driver, and you do whatever you want to do with your money. And I'm not a so I learned something last week about CMT. There's CMT1, CMT2, CMT3. What is CMT? Chartered Market Technician, and it's a certification that you can only get if you study for and take a test. And to even be allowed to take the test, you have to either have a bachelor's degree in finance or 3 years working for a bank or other financial institution and have that financial institution sponsor you to take the test.
Hmm.
And of course, you got to read the book and study. But so those are the people who really know TA, they're CMTs. They're probably CMT3s, right? Like if you're not a CMT3, you're an amateur. Definitely, if you're not even a CMT1, you're for sure an amateur. So I've learned my TA from amateurs. I am an amateur, right? Like I'm not a CMT. So don't make nobody watching this should do anything based on what I'm saying.
Yeah, we are not financial advisors. If you
No.
have financial
So
questions, go find a financial advisor. We're just some dudes
and
on YouTube.
also look how crazy I am. One day I think the whole bull run's over, alt season's canceled. Next day, bull run's back on, alt season's on. Right? Like I'm a crazy person, right? But um I do okay. I sold the top. I bought not quite the
Yeah,
exact
I
one,
mean,
but
you did
I sold up there
exactly like
and I bought
if
down
if
there.
you just didn't say that you were panicking and that the selling and this, if you just said I sold
Oh,
here,
yep,
I bought here,
yep,
like you look like you're a genius, right?
yeah,
If
yeah.
if you don't say the rest of it, people don't know the only
Right,
reason
right.
the
Well,
only the only reason that anybody will know is because you're like, because I thought this and I was wrong and then
right,
I just got lucky and threw it all
yeah,
back in here out of FOMO. Well,
yeah.
then it puts it on. But if you just say I sold here, I bought here.
Well, and the reason I sold is because I thought it was a local top, and I was right.
I
I
went,
was right. When I
I
sold, I was right. It was a local top.
I sold nothing here or here or here or here or here. I bought some stuff here.
Which is good. Which is good. And you're up from that buy.
I am.
So okay, so that's to me that's the long and short of the Binance crash. It
Mhm.
was a temporary flash crash. Leverage, $10 billion of leverage got flushed, or
Yeah.
9.5 billion or whatever.
And I do feel for people that were, because that's the thing. I have been a leveraged trader before, and I have gotten liquidated, and it is, believe me, it is no fun. You start
Yep.
questioning what the fuck you're doing,
Oh, I've done
like,
that too.
so I feel bad for anybody that lost, especially a lot of money,
Yeah.
in that because, and
Especially when
that's why John and I had, some maybe like we agree mostly, but like on some things we may have a slight difference of opinion, and I kind of am like I want names, I want to know who's responsible, like I want them to be persecuted for the rest. I want them out of crypto, like I want them to get the SBF treatment. Like if it's CZ, I want him to lose all his like moxie in the industry. Like you know what I mean? Because I do feel for people that had to deal with like I can't believe I set my stop loss at a level that hasn't been hit since fucking July of 20. I guess that's not that long
well,
ago,
and
but
and Binance froze up. There's people who had stop losses,
yeah, and then they
and the
didn't
stop
get
loss
them.
did not trigger because the system froze up, and so then they got liquidated when if their stop loss had worked, they wouldn't have gotten liquidated.
Right.
But Binance, like that's because that's the difference is that Binance Wick, people could not trade that,
Yeah.
not even on Binance. And then if you go to the Bitstamp, it didn't even happen.
Right.
So people get
Because
liquidated at 103, 102 on Binance. They get liquidated when the price wasn't even supposed to go down that low. It was only supposed to go down to 109, which it did on Bitstamp and maybe Kraken or other exchanges that don't have the. It was a Binance leverage uh, thing. Like Binance offers leverage traders perpetual futures on
hmm
Binance. And their whole system froze up during that crash.
well, like air
People got
quotes.
force liquidated, automatically liquidated by the computer, and that's what happened. And,
Mm.
and yeah, it sucks. And
And there
um,
and the problem is that it's not even illegal in in like this country, let alone outside of this domicile. So like,
sure.
no one's going to do anything about it, even if there is something that happened. But
And
that's why I want names. I want Zach
and and
XBT to go find this
and Jack, what's lesson
whoever's
number one in
responsible.
crypto? Not your keys, not your coins.
Right? That's true too.
If you're trading on a centralized or even decent, even if you're trading on Hyperliquid, well, Hyperliquid's a little different because you do have the keys, but it's not a very decentralized chain. But if you're trading on Binance, like you're trading on a centralized exchange, you don't have your keys. Binance does.
hmm
And if Binance has a scam wick and you get liquidated, tough shit. But my Bitcoin is in my um, cold storage wallet, my private keys. And no matter what happens on Binance, my Bitcoin's safe. And that's why I do that. That's why I don't mess with perp futures. Like people are doing the leverage trading because they're trying to make extra money. I'm not trying to make extra money. I'm trying to make. I mean, any money is a lot of money to me because I'm an Uber driver. So like, I'm happy with whatever happens without leverage. But I'm trying to play it safe because this type of shit happens in crypto all the time. Not all the time. That's an exaggeration, but every couple of years, right? Something like this happens for
There's
sure.
always something. Yeah, there's always some reason that something
Yeah,
like this happens. And I
yeah.
remember back in like 2021 when like the bull run was on, like all of a sudden you just have this like huge pullback. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, why the fuck did this happen? And it would always be leveraged fucking traders did this.
Yeah,
That was like the common excuse in that
oh,
cycle for your 30 to
but it's
50% pullback.
and it's the truth. If you watch How the Economic Machine Works by Ray Dalio, it's the cycle the up and down happens because of leveraging and deleveraging, and it just happens faster in crypto because there's so much volatility and so much leverage that people come to crypto specifically to leverage trade because it's and because the markets are 24/7 on stocks that you can't leverage trade at night. The pros can, but plebs don't have access to trading stocks at night. Not on the certainly not on the weekends. I don't think the pros can even trade stocks on the weekends. But in crypto, you can trade 24/7 all the time with whatever leverage you want. You don't have to worry about being an accredited investor. If I buy on margin and sell on margin and buy again on margin, all of a sudden I'm a what's it called, a pattern trader. I'm labeled
Oh,
by
sure.
the exchange I'm using as a pattern day trader, and I can lose my account, or if I don't do stuff, like, you can't, they don't let you do it unless you're an accredited investor in the stock market. But on the crypto market, any pleb can do whatever that they want. It's the Wild West still, and that's what you need to realize. It is the Wild West still, even though, Trump. And look at Trump. Trump's doing Wild West shit, right? Like, these centralized exchanges never were safe. People confuse something. Let me make this. This is for our listeners, Jack. If you have Bitcoin in your private key wallet and you have the private keys, that is different than owning Bitcoin on a centralized exchange. And the centralized exchanges never were safe. They never were. Binance is
Yeah.
not safe. Binance is not a
Reference.
safe place for your
Yeah.
Bitcoin. It never was.
Reference FTX. Reference
FTX, Quadriga,
all the way back to
Mount
Mt.
Gox,
Gox. Yeah.
exchange after exchange after exchange blows up and people lose their money. It happens over and over again in crypto. Is that crypto's fault? Is that why crypto is a scam? No, it's why those centralized exchanges are a scam. You get your, they say this on the Bankless podcast all the time. You, the centralized exchanges are public bathrooms. You go in, you do your business, you wash your hands, you get the fuck out. You don't sit there and bring your bed and go to sleep in the public bathroom. You don't bring your clean sheets in there and stay for a month or a year. Like, you're just asking to get robbed and
Or even a
uh
day. Like
yeah,
you're not gonna hang out in the
no.
bathroom all day. Like
No, you go in there, you buy your Bitcoin, and then when they as soon as they let you, if sometimes they have they make you wait 7 days or something, but as soon as the money clears and you're able to withdraw your Bitcoin, get it out of there. Get it out of there. Get it into your private key wallet, open source private key wallet. That's where your Bitcoin's safe. You leave it on a centralized exchange, you know, Jack, I don't feel as bad for these people as you do.
I feel, oh, well, listen, because trading is a different deal, right? Like,
Yes.
yeah, you can go, like, I get it. Like, you can go to, decentralized finance place and you can take on some perpetual futures there. But, like these people are folks that, they were making trades that are too big for DeFi.
Yep. And trading, and that's another thing too. Trading is different from investing,
Yep.
right? Like, you don't have to trade.
Nope.
That's optional. That's gambling. That's optional gambling. If you want to make extra money, if you have skills, if you want to throw your hat in the ring, and you're like, I'm going to out trade these other people, you go right ahead. But I'm not going to cry for you when you lose, right? I don't cry for any poker player that loses money ever. They know what they're doing. They're going to play a game for money. They're gambling. That's what poker is. And if they got unlucky, well, no crying in the casino. And if they and if they didn't read enough books, if they didn't learn from a computer how to play poker properly, and they just think, oh, I'm the best poker player ever because I have a huge ego and I'm a total douchebag and I everything I do is the best, and they're like, oh, I'm the best poker player ever. I can go to the local card room and be the best player there, and they get smashed by real poker players who've been playing poker for decades, that have read every book there is to read, and they've been learning from the computer, from AI, the last 10 years. They're gonna get fucking smashed. I'm not gonna cry for them. Like, I mean,
Well, I guess
most of these people trade.
I guess I'm saying, listen, I guess what I'm saying is sure, like I'm not going to feel for anybody that makes a wrong decision, then trade goes the wrong way on them. Like I don't, you don't hear me complaining about that normally, but this or wherever the fuck, this is not normal.
No, it's not. Binance screwed up,
And
and
so
and
this is
again,
who I feel bad for, right? Is
yes,
this
but again,
these the people
not
that
your
set
keys,
their
not
stuff?
your coins.
Well, I'm
You
talking
put
about
your Bitcoin in
I'm
Binance's hands, but Binance might take it from you, and they just did right there. Bam, you
yeah,
see it.
well, I mean, yeah, that's I feel bad for these folks.
I
I'm
don't.
sorry.
I don't,
I
Jack.
do. I feel
They
bad
didn't
for 'em.
learn Crypto 101. You don't leave your coins in a centralized exchange. You put them in your private
Well,
key wallet. This is why.
these were traders, and
Yes.
I still feel bad for those traders because they may have made a smart move, and this is beyond unlucky, and I think this could have been intentional.
Sure.
Like this
Sure
could be
could.
intentional. Like
Sure could. There's an on-chain trail of somebody with millions of dollars of World Liberty Financial tokens who, a few hours before Trump made his tariff announcement, took those World Liberty Financial tokens on Ethereum, sold them put it on USDC on Arbitrum, bridged it over to Hyperliquid, opened up a bunch of 10x shorts, $10 million of shorts on crypto, and then Trump made his announcement, prices crashed. Within a few hours, they closed all their shorts. They made $190 million and cashed it all out.
Hmm.
That was
Right.
for sure someone, doing some shady stuff.
Yeah, and that's too bad because right now that's completely not illegal. Like
Yep,
it's totally legal to do that,
yep,
and
yep.
all that does is benefit those that are closest to the source of the information. But like in other markets, it would be criminal.
Yes,
Um,
and welcome to the Wild West. This is why Gary Gensler and what's her face Elizabeth Warren. This is why they hate crypto. They don't want to see hardworking Americans lose their life savings in crypto, and I don't either. Which is why instead of fear mongering, which is what Elizabeth Warren does, instead of fear mongering, I'm trying to educate, and I'm saying it is not safe to trade crypto on centralized exchanges. I wouldn't even say
yeah,
it's
it's
safe to
not
trade
safe.
crypto on
Yeah,
Hyperliquid.
it's not
I
safe.
haven't touched Hyperliquid. Why? Because I know it's centralized. They
Hey,
start out with 4 validators.
beyond that, like it's probably not safe for anybody watching this channel. If you're actually watching us and learning, like you probably shouldn't even be trading right now. Learn
No,
to
and
invest first.
I don't trade either. I'm not a
Yeah.
CMT.
Yeah.
If I wanted to trade, I'd go get my CMT certification. Make sure I'm a chartered market technician. Make sure I learn enough TA from the experts, the pros, to make sure I know what I'm doing. And I haven't learned that much yet. It takes years to learn that shit. People study for years to get their CMT. I,
Yeah.
I haven't done that, so I'm not trading.
Yeah,
I'm
I tried my hand at it and decided that I'm not going to certainly not going to day trade, and I'm not gonna use live perpetual swaps and I'm certainly not going to trade with any leverage above a certain amount, and that's if I even do. I haven't leverage traded since I pretty much drained my trade account,
Yeah, I put
right?
$100 in the account. I didn't drain it. I
Oh,
actually
I
I might
put
have
a
won money with it, but I could see how dangerous it was and how bad I was at it
I put about
with like
half my soul
100%.
bag in there and lost it. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
sucks.
it was a pretty rough deal. Like, and what was the worst is that I had doubled my soul bag before I lost most of it. And it's I didn't get I wasn't caught up in anything like this. I made some bad trades. It was all on me, and nobody should feel bad for me, and I never really talked about it because like I learned a lot of lessons,
Yeah.
and they were hard learned, but I
Hmm.
learned them,
Hmm.
and I've gotten a lot better as a result. I wasn't caught up in something like this, and I know how bad it sucked just making the wrong decisions and making poor trades. This right here, like you could have made a good decision and a good trade and just gotten the shaft.
Yeah.
And like
Yep.
that's unfortunate, but like welcome to crypto.
Yep.
And like John isn't going to feel bad for you, and he doesn't have to, and I will feel bad for you, and you know what, it won't matter. Like you're still gonna
Yep.
not like
Still
the
gonna not have the
situation.
money,
Yeah.
right?
Regardless of whether someone feels bad or not for you, like if you're in this situation, like it's not gonna matter. And the best thing that you can do is like John says, like go get, if you're gonna get into crypto, go pick it up, go take it off the exchange, go keep it somewhere secret, somewhere safe, and don't worry about the rest of it, because this right here didn't affect John and I very much at all. Like John
I
made some
made money.
extra money. I made a little bit of extra
Yeah,
money.
you bought the dip.
But like neither one of us were like, oh fuck, whenever this, like I looked at these red candles, and was like, oh shit, how much money can I get into the market? you know and John had looked at this, and he was like, fuck, I already got all my money out here, like I just wait for the bottom.
Yep.
And so like that's what it's like when you're in spot, when
And
you're
yeah.
when you're not wrapped up in all this trading and leverage trading. And
Yep. And if I am trading, here's the trade I'm making. Not now. Now let's move to the monthly or the 12 month or 3 month, something, zoom it way out. If I am trading? It's I'm buying the bottom of the bear market every 4 years, and I'm selling the top of the bull market every 4 years. Right?
sorry, yeah,
No, you're
I
good.
was
You're good.
got confused by my candles here.
Is this the
Boop.
Bitstamp?
This is Binance
Oh, go to Bitstamp.
on the 12 month.
Yeah, so Binance only was created in like 2017, right? We want to go to
Okay, this
Bitstamp.
is
That has
Bitstamp. Oh, this is crypto cap.
that's the yeah.
This is the gold. This is gold. Here's Bitstamp.
Yeah, just put that on a longer time frame.
Now it's time. I can only switch, charts a couple of times before I have to refresh the whole
Reload it.
page.
Okay.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
4 hours, 12 hours, 12 months. Auto size, because that's the way John likes it.
Okay. So yeah, if I am trading, it's those red and blue arrows right there,
Mm-hmm.
which are only tops. Let's put in the bottoms. Let's put in the bottom arrows while we're at it.
Uno momento, por favor. I don't know how to make the arrows go the other direction, though.
If you
Where
click
are the
on,
arrows?
is it the paintbrush or the
I think it might be arrow.
arrow up?
Arrow marker? Where's
No,
arrow
no, no,
mark?
no, no. Go back to it. Go back to it. Go back to the list. The paintbrush list.
There's arrow, arrow marker. What else did you see?
I'm just
Up
not
and
seeing
down.
arrow mark up. Try that
Right.
arrow
Yeah,
mark up.
we'll do that arrow mark up.
Yeah, and then just do that bottom candle right there you were just on.
This one?
Yeah,
Which one here? Here?
left, right. Yeah, yeah, right there.
Boop.
Yeah, perfect. And then do 20
Where'd it go?
18. Yeah, right there. Oop,
Right here?
yeah.
Boop.
And then 2022.
Where'd it go? Boop. And then here?
Yeah.
Boop.
Yep, there. That's it, right? You sell the red, and you buy the green arrows. And those blue arrows, don't even worry about them. That's for traders, right? You just sell the red, and it's every those red candles are every red arrows are every 4 years, and 12 months later is the green. You buy the green, the bottom. You hold on to it for 3 years till the next red. You sell. You wait
Yeah.
12 months. You buy the green. That's it.
Just remember when you're looking at this, red means stop.
Yeah.
That means you get out. Get
Yep.
out. Get
So
out.
that so
This
that's
is
what
when
I'm
you
doing. And
get your
uh,
money in, get your money in, get your
and
money in.
another thing you can do is just sit on it. Don't do anything. It's going up anyway. I I'm just an Uber driver. I don't have a lot of money, but I want to have a lot of money. So I am trading a little bit, but I'm trading like once a year, right? I mean, I trade more than that because I'm scared and crazy, like a little squirrel trying to cross the street, right? But if I was good, if I was a CMT, I'd be selling on the red arrows and buying on the green arrows, right? So and that's, but you don't have to do that either. Like I said, you just buy and hold. That's all you gotta do is buy and hold. But we are coming up on our third green candle, and the fourth candle is going to be red, probably in
More
2026.
than
So
likely.
so that's
If
just
if
something to watch out
history
for.
looks at all similar, right? Because you got
So,
red candle, one, two, three, green
but
candles,
here's the
red
thing about
candle,
these
one, two, three.
long-term charts, Jack. These long-term charts are denominated in U.S. dollars,
Mm-hmm.
and you and I, and hopefully our viewers have been watching our other videos, know that there's constantly more dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're measuring Bitcoin against dollars, the measuring stick is changing length.
Mm-hmm. Which
So
is
that's
tough to measure anything if you
yeah, the measuring stick is changing length
yeah,
over the
if
years.
1 foot is constantly being adjusted in size.
Like there was less dollar in 2011. There was less dollars than there is now. So we're measuring in dollars, but it's a different amount of dollars. So let's go to gold, because if we measure how many, those charts that we were just looking at are all how many dollars per Bitcoin. Now let's look at how many ounces of gold for Bitcoin.
What time frame?
Whatever you want.
Well, I was going to go to the 12 month
Okay,
just
we'll start with that one. Our
just
lines
because.
aren't our
Oh,
lines aren't there.
no, because I just there.
Well, we got lines. Okay. So and we
Oh
drew
wait,
a little
this is
line.
BTC USD.
That's okay. Just adjust it so we can see it.
No, no, this is the wrong chart.
Is it?
Yeah, this is not
Oh, that's the
gold.
dollar chart. That's not the gold chart. That's the dollar chart.
BTC
No, we have
USD.
it. We have it up there in the tabs. Just find it in the tabs.
What?
We have it up top of the tabs.
Well, no, that's what this was, and then we made an adjustment and it switched this chart back to
Well,
BTC USD.
well, keep looking up there. We got stuff up there already.
Hold on just a second, man.
All right, I'll wait. I'll be patient.
There, this is what we were looking
Okay.
for.
Yeah, this is the Bitstamp BTC USD / gold.
Yeah.
So this gives us, instead of how many dollars per Bitcoin, this is giving us how many ounces of gold for Bitcoin. And that 2021 top. So it looks about the same. But let's go to it. So it looks about the same. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
on to like a monthly or weekly or something. Start with monthly.
I think the monthly starts to show it for sure.
Okay, so okay, then that's good. That's good right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we drew a line from the COVID bottom to the bear market bottom of 2022, 2023, right there, November 2022 crash. So, and then we just drew a line, and it's been respecting Bitcoin. And we also drew a horizontal line at the top of 2021 top, which was what, 37 ounces of gold, 36.
Yeah, they're about
Yeah,
30,
about
37, 38 actually.
sure about 37 some ounces of gold for one shiny Bitcoin, and then it crashed all the way down. What was the bottom in the crash?
Right around 9.
Okay, so that's a pretty big crash. Went from
That's a big
37 to
crash.
9 ounces of gold for a Bitcoin. But then we went back up, as we should, right? Because it's been going up the whole time, just like in dollar terms. But
Came
in
down
dollar
here and retested. Boink.
in dollar terms, we have two x the all time high. Like our old all time high was 69. We currently are sitting at 126, right? About double, but not
Mm-hmm.
quite, but about double in USD terms. But in gold terms, we have not doubled. We are not sitting at 74 ounces of gold. We're sitting at
Under 38.
we're
We're at
we're actually
29.
under. We topped in November of 2024 when Trump got elected. That's when Bitcoin topped in gold terms, but just barely. Like that's a top for babies. It just wicked. It just wicked above it, right? It's just a little baby top. But it
It's like you
also looks
can
a
you
little
can
bit.
barely even tell.
Yeah, it also looks like a Head and Shoulders though,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I was bearish,
Ah.
scared. And also that trend line that we drew from COVID through the bear market bottom of 2023, we
Just got.
broke down below that,
Mm-hmm.
which is also super scary. But we have another little trend line we drew, which is from what's that first one? Somewhere in the middle of 2024.
August 24.
Sure, the summer of 2024 for some reason was a local bottom, and then Trump got elected. That was the local top, and then another local bottom when Trump declared tariffs. So Trump is affecting price.
Mm-hmm.
There's
He's
April.
drawing. He's drawing a head and shoulders on
Yeah.
the chart just for
So
the
the
fun of
April,
it.
and then yep. So then the April, so then he announced tariffs, and that was the bottom in April, and then we did. The problem is we got a lower high after that. What is that in August or something?
That's July,
Yeah.
August. Yeah.
Now we have a lower high, which is scary, but it's not over yet because there's no lower low yet.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that trend line breaking, the first trend line breaking, the old one from COVID, that trend line broke, but okay, it's not the end of the world. We have another trend line which connects summer 2024 and spring of 2025. And so let's go to the weekly and look at that. Oh, also before we zoom in, oops, did I catch you in time? Go
Nope.
back to like the
There's monthly.
yeah, zoom it out a little bit. Okay, that's a giant ascending triangle. With a horizontal top and a rising lower lows. That's usually a bullish pattern. Like this should break bull, and it's been bull for 15 years, for 3-4 cycles in a row. It's been bullish every time. This should break bull. I want it to break bull. I'm positioned for it to break bull now. I was not positioned for it on Wednesday. I positioned for it to break down bear on Wednesday. But I'm back bullish again because I'm hoping that the support holds and that this is just a little fake out and that we go back up into that corner of that triangle. So zoom it back in a little bit
Yeah. Hopefully this is a
because that
a
triangle's running out.
shakeout.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
running out of time. We're running out of time. We got to break up through into that triangle and hopefully break above. We want to see blue sky breakout. We want to go above that horizontal. We want to go way because otherwise, what are we doing here? We're in Bitcoin. Bitcoin and gold do the exact same thing, store value. And we're in Bitcoin because it's new and we're attracted to that. And it's the market cap is 10 times less than gold. So we're getting something for 1/10 the price of gold. And so we expect this to 10x. We expect Bitcoin to be equal to gold in market cap at some point. So this should be 370 ounces of gold for a Bitcoin, not just 37. But we're not there yet. In fact, we're at 29, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
expect this to, and it's not going to 10x now,
Right.
but I do expect it to maybe be higher than 2021 at least.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't substantially go above 2021 and we go back down in the bear market to whatever 20 or 18 or whatever, if we go back down, I might as well just have been in gold since 2021. Like it's less risk. It's less gold is less risky than Bitcoin. It's a safe gold is the safest store of value there is gold. I'm in Bitcoin because I think technically it's a better store of value because technically I can move it around. I can verify. I have a decentralized ledger that's before Bitcoin never even existed. There was no such thing as a decentralized ledger until Bitcoin invented it. Satoshi invented it with Bitcoin. So I can verify where all the Bitcoin is. I can't verify where all the gold is. I don't know how much gold China is mining. In fact, China has laws that they all the gold mined in China has to stay in China. It's illegal for Chinese people to mine gold and sell it to us. So we don't even know how much gold China has. Where we know how much Bitcoin everybody has, it's on chain because of the decentralized ledger. We can see it. So that makes gold, Bitcoin a superior store of value because we know what the supply is. We don't know how much gold is in planet Earth. They just discovered a huge supply of gold in Africa and they're mining it, right? How big is the next deposit of gold that they're going to discover? Now, usually gold comes out of the ground 2% a year. That's enough. That's the supply inflation rate of gold is about 1.5%, 2% a year on average for the last 100 years. That'll probably remain. But Bitcoin's inflation rate is going down because of the halving, and it's pre-programmed, and you can't change that. Again, decentralization, immutability, all that with Bitcoin is superior to gold in that the inflation rate is going to be less than gold. In fact, I think is it already less, or is it going to be less the next halving? Right now, it's about the same as gold.
I think
The,
it's maybe a little bit more.
yeah, it's about 2%, I think, right now, but it's going to be 1%. I think the next halving in 2028, in which case the inflation rate of Bitcoin will be less than the inflation rate of gold, and in 2032, the inflation rate of Bitcoin is going to be 0.5% supply inflation, whereas gold will probably remain 1.5 to 2% supply inflation rate as it has for the last 100 years, and possibly could even accelerate with advances of technology. Who knows? But maybe let's pretend that give gold the benefit of the doubt and make it a steady 1.5 to 2%. Bitcoin's going to have less inflation supply, and that's one thing. Another check mark in favor of Bitcoin. And gold's market cap is what, 22, 23 trillion, whereas Bitcoin's market cap is 2 trillion. So that's why we're here, is to make money off of Bitcoin because Bitcoin is undervalued for what it is. What it is a decentralized ledger and a store of value that is more decentralized than gold. The token distribution is more decentralized than gold. Gold is very centralized in governments, including the United States and China, and banks, including central banks. Um, Whereas Bitcoin is more in control of plebs. So, um, but Bitcoin is way more risky. Gold's been around for 5,000 years. Gold is probably going to be a store of value for another 5,000 years, whereas Bitcoin has only been a store of value for 15 years and has been very volatile. And um, all it would take would be for someone to invent a superior cryptocurrency. And oh boy, has everyone been trying? Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Dogecoin. Everyone's trying to make a superior Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, whatever, right? All kinds of cryptos, and all of them are faster than Bitcoin, and or are have more features than Bitcoin, smart contracts, and or all kinds of things. But none of them are more decentralized and secure than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin remains the king, and it's been 15 years. No one's come up with a better Bitcoin than Bitcoin. So I would imagine Bitcoin will be around for another 15 years, but I can't guarantee much more than that. But maybe if it holds on for another 15 years, that's 30 years. Maybe it'll hold on for another 30 years after that. I own gold, but I also own Bitcoin. I own Bitcoin because I expect Bitcoin to give me higher returns because it's lower market cap, and most people don't trust it, so it's not as um, pumped up in price as it would be if everybody did trust it. Which everybody trusts gold. Gold's going nuts. We're not going to bother looking at the gold chart, but so anyway, so I want this to go up. Otherwise, what am I doing here? And luckily, there is a support that's holding. Let's zoom in a little closer. We can do the weekly or just zoom in.
Go to the weekly.
Sure. So we drew a new line, and you can see it just starts there and last year, and that line's holding on the Bitstamp chart. It's holding here. Now we can see where I got faked out. Go to the Binance chart, Binance Gold.
Oh man.
It's
Is
probably
this
that third
it?
one.
No.
I think it's the third one. No, that's not it.
This is Bitstamp.
Yeah,
This is
try the fourth.
also
Try the fourth.
Bitstamp. This is dominance. This is USDT.
Yeah,
So we can
yeah.
switch
Go to
this one.
USDT. Yeah, yeah. Let's use
Oh,
T.
all
Yeah,
right.
that's the one. That's it. And then oh, that's just use. Oh, we don't have it for
Mm-mm.
gold.
Mm-mm. We don't.
Well, it's got a wick below it. Yeah, somehow. We yeah slash gold. And then put it on
Mm.
the weekly or something.
Did it even do it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It might have just froze up.
It always does. TradingView hates me. There's monthly. It's not even the right chart.
Yeah, USD. USDT
USDT.
slash gold. So this is Binance Bitcoin in gold terms. There we go. Perfect. Yep. And then if you zoom in a little bit so we can see that wick. Again, this is a Binance only wick. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So then it looks like, oh my God, we lost support again. Bear market on. Like that's when I'm like, oh, we're done. But again, that's Binance only. This is not market wide. This is Binance only. And the only reason it happened on Binance is because people were locked out of their accounts. They couldn't adjust their leverage. They couldn't adjust their collateral. They couldn't buy and sell. They couldn't buy the dip.
Run the
Uh,
stops. I need a new
yep,
Ferrari.
yep. That's what happened. And so that's all that is. So the Binance looks scary, like, oh, that support did not hold. And I thought, okay, future price action, we're going to keep going down following that wick. But that's not the whole story. The whole story is the Bitstamp chart, which is what the rest of crypto was doing. Go back to the Bitstamp gold chart. Yep, held support just fine. Held it just fine. Now go to the daily. Not only did it hold, now it's going back up.
Mm-hmm. Bouncing.
I saw that green and I'm like, oh, I got to get back in. So I'm back in. I sold all my on-chain gold and bought Ethereum and Solana.
Ooh, let's go.
So as long as that blue line holds, I think we're good. And we need to go up a lot more for me to be satisfied. But there,
Yeah.
Bitcoin doesn't care if I'm satisfied. Bitcoin's going to do what it does.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Bitcoin is going to do
I
what it wants.
want it to go up.
It's like Honey Badger.
Right. I want it to go up. Doesn't mean it has to. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm fully in crypto again, as of right now, as of this morning, and I'm hoping it goes up. And I'm using TA to say, okay, this is a support level, and I need it, and I need it to go up a lot more. Like zoom out a little bit. You can keep it on the daily, but zoom it out a little bit. Yeah, compress it. There you go. Yeah, because we need to go that top horizontal line. That's the 2021 top, and you can see, we barely wicked above it
Couple
a year,
times.
a year ago. We need to go
Ooh.
way above it.
Ooh.
Otherwise, I'm just going to hold gold and just forget about Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean that's the reality is if we don't get a decent push above the 2021 high, what's with all the headspace and horror that we go through for.
Yeah, this is not fun holding Bitcoin. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, I mean, I do okay as long as I just think about what it's going to be like in a decade because it's been the best performing
Yeah,
asset for the last 10 years.
which of
And
course is not guaranteed though.
no,
It's likely.
past performance is not a guarantee of future
Right, it's
results.
not guaranteed. That's the whole thing. Is not a guarantee. It's likely.
However, nothing has changed for it, right?
That's right.
Like Bitcoin still is Bitcoin.
Yep.
Its purpose is still its purpose,
Yep.
and just because the price action chops a lot, that just means it's got vitality.
The code is the same as when Satoshi wrote it.
Hmm. And it's still serving the same function. Like it's still there for the same reason. And anyway, so I still have a lot of, I'm still, it's a very high conviction play for me, right?
Not even Satoshi himself can change Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's an argument to be made if we could verify that this was in fact fucking Satoshi. I bet he could get a lot of people to work together to do what he wanted.
Yes, and if he hard forked Bitcoin, the new hard fork
Mm-hmm.
would not be Bitcoin. It would be Satoshi's special Bitcoin.
Right.
The original Bitcoin would still be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's special about original Bitcoin. The longest chain wins. If you
Mm-hmm.
read the white paper, when there's competing chains with the same programming, the longest one wins. And the original Bitcoin is the longest chain.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, they don't compete. I mean, I was gonna, I could say, we had Litecoin and Monero in the thumbnail for the video. And I could say we do a whole video on Litecoin. The whole video would just be the Litecoin Bitcoin chart,
Yeah.
and it's just down only for 10 years.
Yeah. Well, I guess yeah, I was never all that panicky because I you know my whole thing is until the 50-week SMA gets pierced, like maybe even for 2 weeks in a
Well, because
row.
you're looking at the dollar chart, right? I'm looking at the gold chart. That's why I'm panicking, because it's
Yeah.
like it's barely hanging on in the gold chart. Now go back to the first chart, the USD chart with no gold, and put that on the weekly or monthly or something.
And then refresh, and then refresh, and then change it again.
Right. So
That's the monthly.
panic about it. It's way above the line,
Right.
right? It's way
Right.
above the line. In dollar terms, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the gold that looks scary. But for me, that's what's important.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is. I should be looking at it that way, but I do buy my groceries with USD still,
Yeah.
so it's hard for me to make that switch to You're right. I should be comparing it to something else, but to me, it's
Well, both charts need to be looked at.
yeah.
And yes, the dollar chart looks fine.
I mean, yeah. If you're looking at it from this perspective, yeah, it's like there's nothing to worry about at all.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that using gold is probably a better like
For long term.
well, just in general, like that's a better, like fundamentally better way to look at the, because like
It's a store value. Which is the
that
better
is
store
its
value, Bitcoin.
competitor, right? Yeah.
Yeah. They're,
Um,
they're
the
it's
dollar
like,
is not a store value, or at least it shouldn't be.
no, the dollar is not a store value. It's a medium of exchange.
Mhm. So, in any event, yeah, I think that we've been going now for
Yeah.
close to an hour. We should probably wrap it up, but
Yeah. I think I've loudly said everything I wanted to say.
awesome. Well, it was good chatting with you. I'm glad that we were able to get a special weekend episode in so that we could at least be somewhat near to this very historic crash that we've had in crypto and ultimately what I think will be a pretty violent recovery as well. But yeah, anyways, cool. It was good talking to you, and yeah, we'll cut the stream and we'll talk to everybody later. Thanks so much. Oh, if you liked it, give us a like, please. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you ping the little notification bell, it will tell you when we go live again. Thank you so much.